Hey everybody, what is up? Fourth Seraph here, and today I'm going to make a video just talking about some of my first thoughts for Call of Duty World War II. I actually wasn't going to make a video like this or have one even come out today. I was just going to kind of skip this and have a video come out a little bit later because I was planning on streaming today, but I was unable to stream for very long because the game actually stopped working, stopped letting me play multiplayer entirely. This game honestly sucks right now. Now, the core gameplay mechanics and stuff are very good, but there is so little optimization within this game that it reminds me of PUBG. I feel like I'm playing an early access game made by a tiny studio in Korea that's known for making mobile games, not Activision, the biggest game company in the world. The maps are good, the gameplay is good, the guns seem good, all that stuff. When I'm in game, it's really fun. But I have quite a few problems with everything else. So, like it was criticized for in the beta, when you finish a game, you can't leave, you have to look at the scoreboard, and it just sits there for like a minute, or sometimes even longer. Most of the time, what's happening for me is actually by the time the scoreboard and things are going on, there's about 6 seconds, maybe 7 or 8, before the next round actually starts. That's how little time I'm in the pre-game lobby because it takes so long to actually push you into there for whatever reason. And then my game right now will not let me actually leave the headquarters or just leave the game or whatever when I'm in the pre-game lobby. So I have to then wait for the next map to load, next map to start, and then leave from there. And then what I will probably put on screen here is this is what I see, and it's just the Call of Duty World War II logo and this loading screen, and it just sits there forever. And I know some of you are thinking, well, whatever, it's not a big deal. This is, it could be better, but why are you complaining? Or you're just being a COD hater, you're just complaining, you're just trying to do it to get views. But actually, as a streamer, which is what I mainly do, this YouTube is just kind of a side thing that I do one video a week. But as a streamer, I don't want to stream this game because having games where there's a long lead time in between the next game, things where you're just sitting staring at a screen, makes it one much more difficult for me because I have to have a lot more to say, a lot more to do, a lot more to interact with in order to keep the stream interesting. And I'm going to lose viewers between every game, and people aren't going to want to watch that as much as some of the other games. And I've had the same problem with Overwatch sometimes recently, where it'll take 2.5 or 3 minutes to get into a game, but at least in Overwatch, I can look through characters, look at the cosmetics, do all of that type of stuff, which Call of Duty right now will not let me do. Because having a minute or 2 minutes where it's very boring, there's nothing happening, there's no gameplay going on, that is not something that people generally want to watch. I mean, I could just put up the video here of the loading screen that I've been getting, but you guys wouldn't find that video interesting now, would you? Even if I'm talking over top of it, you want gameplay going in the background because that is what is going to make it interesting. And so it's the same thing and even more on streaming because I don't have a prepared script. I don't have always a ton of thoughts that I have like to talk about. I'm going for hours and hours on end, and so it's a lot more difficult. And so I think this game, if it doesn't fix it, is actually going to have a really hard time because games like this require on streaming and YouTube videos and things like that. And ultimately, Infinite Warfare, I think, suffered a lot from actually when all of the big Call of Duty YouTubers and streamers didn't want to play it, because then that discourages people from playing it. Because when you see a streamer, when you see people you like, when you see videos of it, that's what really started making me love PUBG so much. As I was playing it and I was like, this is a pretty good game. I'm not great at it. I enjoy playing it every once in a while, and I really started enjoying watching other people stream it and also watching videos about it. And that's what made me then want to play it all the time. And I got to do this all the time. I love this game. I really want to get into it. And same thing with Overwatch and why they're focused so much on the spectator mode and different things like that. Games that are good for streaming and videos will always be successful. And I think this COD will not have the longevity that people think if they don't actually fix these small problems like this. And I know it's still early. I know it's the first day. And I know they still like probably have some stuff to work out, but you also have to realize we're talking about Activision here. You know, in Sledgehammer Games, these are not small studios. These are not studios that have a lack of funding, a lack of resources, a lack of talent. They only have a lack of drive. They only have a lack of wanting to make something great. And so I think that these are things that maybe someone just thought, it's not a big deal, but I think it actually will be a big deal. If you can't go to the headquarters, if you can't change your classes, I've had like this sniper that I hate, the one that you can't one-shot people with like at all unless you hit them in the head, and like it's super inaccurate, and I keep wanting to change that so I can snipe, and I can't go back to the headquarters, and then it's like, well, I'm in the next game, I shouldn't leave, should I, whatever. And it just really, really frustrates me. It makes it difficult to stream. It makes it unfun for me. Just if, you know, almost like half the time you're waiting there because you have maybe 2, sometimes 3 minutes in between games, and then the game is 8 minutes long, so 30% of your time is spent looking at a loading screen. That's not an enjoyable game. That's not a good game. That's not a game that you'll play in 2 or 3 or 4 months. That's a game that might seem fun at the beginning, but gets really old really quick. Anyways, guys, I would love to know your thoughts, though, on this. I know that this is kind of me ranting about it. Overall, I do generally enjoy what I've played so far, and I want to play more of it, and that's why this is frustrating. And I also just want this game to be good. I do like Call of Duty. I think this has a lot of potential. I really actually liked Advanced Warfare, Sledgehammer's first Call of Duty, and so I think they have a lot of talent, but I want this game to be good. I want to be able to stream it and play it and make videos and do all of that stuff. But let me know what you guys are thinking about it, if you've noticed other bugs, if you've had other problems, or if you've even just had a different experience, because maybe it's just my copy or something that, like, it's not something that everyone's experiencing, and so this is new information for you. But I'd love to hear about that and have a good discussion down in the comments below. I'm also doing a G Fuel giveaway. If you guys have not entered, make sure to click that link down in the description below. It's going to be the top one. And until next time, guys, I will see you online.